Hello everyone. Many of you know me, but for those of you who don't, my name is Glauner, and I'm the senior researcher here at Smith-Synquor. Today I'm going to give you a short crash course on the country of the Ukraine. Many of us have heard about the American tourist and the negative image they have in many foreign countries. It's typically the American traveler who does not care about the language, customs, or culture of the countries that they're visiting. So in order to help keep our team that's about to travel to Ukraine from coming across the same way, I have prepared this short course on language, greetings, lifestyle, and social customs of the Ukraine. Hopefully this information will serve to at least get your feet wet before you dive into the Ukraine. The official language of Ukraine is Ukrainian, but Russian is also prevalent. Recently, Ukraine has seen a lot of upheaval over the issue of language. In a country steeped in Soviet history, making Russian an official language in parts of the country is troubling for many Ukrainians. It's prudent for the business individual to speak both Ukrainian and Russian, in addition to having respect for the Ukrainian language and its importance to unity. When it comes to greetings, it's important to maintain eye contact and to have a firm handshake, but also remember not to shake hands over a threshold as it is considered bad luck. In addition, know the more informal greetings. Close female friends will greet by kissing each other on the cheek 3 times, starting with the left cheek, and close male friends pat each other on the back and hug. When it comes to lifestyle, it's important to recognize the importance of education. As for literacy, almost the entire population can read and write. The average length of time spent in school is about 15 years. Students will have a very large workload that's presented with a lot of theoretical thinking. This is good because it can lead to a lot of abstract thought. Unfortunately, though, it can be difficult when you're trying to get them to complete a step-by-step process. Collectivism is highly valued in Ukrainian society. It's the whole that matters as compared to the individual. From school age to the adult workplace, students are taught to fight together against the oppression. So this will transform when they go into dealing with their employers. And this obviously can be quite negative. However, if they respect the employer, this could be very positive, as teamwork can then readily prevail. This collectivism flows over into the desire for strong personal relationships. Friendship is very important in Ukrainian society, and therefore the term friend is not used loosely. One of the most important things to do as a business individual is to make friends, and to make them quickly. When it comes to social customs, the cold is something that Ukrainians seem to fear and all that it can entail. It is usually abnormal to drink ice water, to open the windows when it's even remotely chilly, or to even sit on stone steps that could be cold. Therefore, if you perform one of these actions, you're likely to receive a lecture. When it comes to politeness, Americans tend to be overly polite when they use the term thank you, and it can actually put their colleagues in Ukraine at a bit of a distance, because in the Ukraine, when you use thank you a lot, it tends to indicate that you plan on keeping a formal distance between you and your colleagues. When it comes to drinking and eating, first, when it comes to eating, you need to remember not to eat in front of others without offering your food, because it's considered very rude, or in addition, you need to accept food that is offered to you. It's also important when you're dining out to keep your hands visible at the table and to not eat until your host invites you to do so. In addition, be aware of how important drinking is in Ukrainian culture, and if you can't drink or you can't keep up with their drinking habits, it is important to let them know ahead of time. There will also be many toasts during your meal typically, but make sure not to clink glasses if your drink is non-alcoholic. Remember, the purpose of the experience is not to get drunk, which is actually frowned upon, but to connect with others around you. When gift giving, it is important when you're going to someone's home for a meal to bring cake, flowers, bottled liquor. Flowers should not be given in odd numbers, and make sure you avoid yellow flowers. If there's a child in the home, please bring a small gift. For public restrooms, you really should always make sure to have a packet of tissues on hand, because you rarely will have toilet paper in them, and if you go to public restaurants, they'll usually charge you a small fee. While any public restroom can be unsanitary, relatively clean toilets can be found in most modern restaurants and hotels. Please note, public toilets are usually the squatty kind, and when there are toilet bowls, there's often not a toilet seat, as you can see in this picture here. When visiting someone, even your boss, it's usually considered a casual situation, and unless otherwise specified, you should dress casually and be prepared to take off your shoes in your host's home. Also, be careful when complimenting your host's belongings, because he or she may offer them to you. In ending this crash course, I hope you become more familiar with what to expect when visiting Ukraine in regards to language, greetings, lifestyle, and various social customs. Being in a foreign country can be intimidating, but applying what you learned in this crash course will go a long way to helping you with the Ukrainians and hopefully leave as an honored friend instead of the stupid American tourist. Thank you. Have a nice day.